All right, here we go. Just press the live button. We should be live right now. I'm not checking my sound. So guys, let me know if you can hear me. All right, so here we go. So Merry Christmas, everyone. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Do we have anyone in the chat yet? All right. So technical difficulties, but we've overcome them and now we are live. I can see that there's 5 in the waiting room right there. So all right. I'm gonna see if I can stay right with the chat today, right at the forefront. Just doing something a little bit different. I thought I'd come on, just put on a show. Hopefully, there's people that want to watch it. Um, oh yeah, there we go. There's some comments coming through now. So yeah, guys, yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have had a Merry Christmas, of course. Um, Especially for 2020. It's been a tough year, but not long now. What is it? 5 days till 2021, and at least the thought of it should mean that yeah, things should be looking a lot better in the new year. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to leaving this 2020 behind. Yeah. So yeah, hope you guys well fed. I had dinner tonight, and yeah, it was a good one. Christmas was good. So yeah, let's go through and see who's in the chat now that we've given this stream a few moments to get into the groove. So sounds like looks like everything's fine. There's no sound issues here. So first up, we've got James Klein. He says, "Let's go, Shroom." Matt Terry's in the house. He says, "Merry Christmas, brother." Zach, Zach's here. He says, "Let's go." Matt Terry. He says, "How are we?" Been pretty good, mate. It's been a good holidays given the circumstances. I mean, I think Sydney just dodged a well. Hopefully, we're gonna dodge this bullet. With the Northern Beaches cases on the rise, we're still getting a few coming through, but it looks like it's getting under control. We just want to have our holidays. We want to have the rest of our lives again. Jessica Bale says fishing tonight, land based, Harbin Creek or Lane Cove River. Which do you prefer? So yeah, hi Jessica. I think first time I've seen you on the channel. I would say give Lane Cove River a try. I think you're going to be facing a really strong stiff headwind at Harbin Creek at this stage. Ryan Puffett says, "Can I do a squid session with you? I'm a noob, but I'm set and ready." Yeah, I think I've got to organize once everything, once all these cases and society has returned back to normal. I'm gonna start organizing some of these subscriber specials so we can all meet up and have a fish. And unfortunately, I'd like to fish with every single one of you guys, but as you guys know, it's very hard. It's very hard to keep up with the schedule of producing a weekly video. But yeah, I definitely appreciate all those comments and all those invitations for a fish. So thanks for that, Ryan. Larice says, "Hey Pete, Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good Christmas." Thank you, Larice. I did. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas as well. And also to everybody, hope you had a very Merry Christmas and yeah, a Happy New Year in several days. Andrea says, "Merry Christmas, man. Keen to see more content this year. Definitely more content. Always more content. Always striving to improve and improve the watching experience for everyone." I'm currently sitting on one video that I promised in my last one. I said that if people want to see it, it's a whiting rig video. I don't do too many of those how-to videos, but I think that might be coming out this week, and it doesn't count to my weekly quota, so it's like an extra special video. I went through it. I thought I'd refilm a few parts on a bit of the knot tying stuff, but it won't be boring. You guys will enjoy that, I think, once it comes up. So yeah, stay tuned and watch out for that video there. Um, all right, as usual, it's not Shroom unless he's lost his place in the chat. All right, where are we? Yes, there we are. Azakin Gaming says, "LOL in fishing Parramatta River right now." Yeah, I mean the conditions. I think this afternoon there's supposed to be a storm coming through. I think one of my friends, Joel, regular on the channel, he sent me a video of one of his mates. I think down in up in Toongabbie, and the wind was it was stiff. It was actually it was a proper gale. So I don't know how anyone could fish, especially in some areas right now. I think if it just holds off a bit, you can still find pockets to fish if you can adjust. Um, I think it's still a northeaster. It was a northeaster throughout this afternoon, and I think throughout the night as well. So if you can just adjust for that, have it behind you or be sheltered, behind some mountains or cliffs, then you can still have an enjoyable session. It is a holiday season. Everyone should be getting out whenever they can. I'd get out too, but I think tonight let's get this live stream going. Eliza Hutchinson says hello from my missus account. Ha ha. Hi. Fishing Mafia. He says Merry Christmas to everyone. So yeah, Fishing Mafia. I think I saw your comment the other day. So welcome to the channel. Hope you're enjoying the content. I don't really push my content very, very hard, so it's hard to find me unless YouTube suggests it. Matt Terry, can you do a couple more streams, mate? If you can't, no worries. Look, I'll see what I can do. I might strive for another one in the next week or two. I mean, I want to make it interesting. If I do a live stream, it may be another one of these podcast streams, but I think some people might want to see some actual live fishing. So if I can come up with a good idea, I might do that too. Anko Bailey says hello. The Funk 70 says Merry Fishmas. Yes. I think that's the third Fishmas that I've got. He says, good morning, I think for you evening. Oh wow, so it's morning for you. So yeah, so good morning. Let me know where you're from. So yeah, right now it's about 8 p.m. Sydney, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Issa says, sup, big boy, Merry Christmas. I wish I was a big boy. Ryan Puffett, for sure, cool, or give me a spot to go to, LOL. Well, you get plenty of advice here. You get general spot suggestions too. All right, let's keep going down. All right, so am I losing my... No, actually, I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well, guys. So Hader says it's not dark yet in Earlwood. Actually, it doesn't get dark till quite late. I think sunset is around 8:30 or 8 o'clock, and then you've got that last light period, which is a great time to fish. So you can still kind of see, especially if you've been out there for a while, your eyes are adjusting as the sun is setting, and you don't lose all your light until about, I'd say, 8:30 or maybe 8:45 at this stage. And if it's cloudy, those clouds reflect and disperse light from the artificial lights from the streets as well, and so it may not get fully proper dark until even later than that. And if there's a full moon as well. Anthony Cox says, Merry Christmas, champion, all the best. I just got a Daiwa in feet rod. Wow, yeah, good stuff. Well done. Great rods. Rubbing my hands there. Great feeling rod. You're going to enjoy that one. Last year's model on sale today, going out tomorrow to try it out. Yeah, definitely. Let me know. Blood that rod. Christen that with a good fish. Zach says, my mate Dan loves you. Say hi to him. Yeah, so your mate Dan, right? Hi, Dan. PTF, Merry Christmas, Shroom. Love the content. Thank you very much. Will Smith, do you go to the entrance when you're up at the coast? I've gone up to the entrance, fished it a few times, but no videos at this stage. Haven't made a video there. So it probably means that I haven't been there in a couple of years at the minimum. James Klein, do you want to try for a Sydney GT Shroom once Corona is finished? Yes, definitely. We both know the spot. I don't know how many videos that's going to take, but it should be interesting. We'll definitely got to do something like that. James Novo says, hi Shroom, I'm enjoying the new edits a lot. Keep it up. Yeah, thanks a lot. I never really did that kind of an introduction to the video. I've always tried to improve it. But with my with the last sponsored video with the Elite footwear, I went all out, tried to see, what's my current skill level at, what's my ultimate best product at that current stage. And I was really happy with how it turned out. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'll continue that, see if I can impart more of that special feeling and viewing experience to the rest of the videos. And so far, I've been able to do it. So fingers crossed I'm able to keep that up. It's taken a lot more time. I mean, these videos already take up an incredible amount of time. I can only pretty much manage a video a week, and some of these videos take a few weeks to edit. So I have a few going on at the same time until one of them gets completed. All right, yeah. Hader says, "Is that a green screen behind you?" Yes, green screen. So that's just a picture from my most treasured trip up to the Cape. So at Weeper, this is basically a picture of the top level of the houseboat that we stayed on for about a week. And now, if I just move my head at the back there, that's me. I don't know. I mean, I can't see my screen right now because there's a bit of stream lag, but that's me with Joel, James, and I think on the top corner on this side, there's Dave. I saw him today actually. I popped down to Complete Villawood, said hi to him, and Mick down there as well. Yeah, so good memories. We just talk about fishing, plan the next day, tie up rigs, get all the gear ready. Exciting. Hit the hay, try to get about an hour or two. It's impossible to get a full night's sleep, and then hit the river early morning. Grab the tenders, one of four, head right out, and yeah, fingers crossed, try to nail something significant. So yeah, that's why I like putting this screen up. It's good memories. All right. So yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel. You can find me on all my social medias. You guys know how to find it: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc., etc. All right. So where are we now? Oh yeah, one more thing. If I miss any of your questions, just put it back in the chat. Trying to keep up to the forefront as usual. That's something I definitely have to work on. Aaron's Adventures 365 says you should come for a fish on the hacking. Actually, I might be doing that tomorrow. I might be going to the hacking. I don't know yet. It just depends on the conditions first up, and when I wake up, what I think the go is. It's gonna be on the fly. Anko Bailey says the Netherlands. Oh, great. So it's amazing how YouTube can share content all around the world. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining me tonight, Anko Bailiff. I think I've seen your name or seen a few comments on the channel, so I think you've watched a few of my videos. So I really appreciate it. Definitely appreciate your view. Knock fam says good evening, Shroom and everyone. Wow, good to see you here, Knock. Hope you enjoy the evening here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning in the Netherlands. All right. Jordan Step 3. Hi man. Merry Christmas. Legend, what do you think of the Stratic FL 2500? Just got it. Look, you made the best choice in the price range. The Stratics go hard. The FL is amazing. You can't beat it for the price. I mean, really, it's you can push it hard. The gears are going to remain strong. They're not really going to, get turned to, that gearbox is not going to turn to mush. The Shimanos go pretty hard, and the Stratics, they've made it at the right price point, with all the right, characteristics for a reel. At that price range, you kind of just want that reel to really solid, have a few special refinements to make that extra, special feeling, and they've got that. And that new bent body that they've got, fantastic. I really like it. Novo says, "Hi Shroom, what do you reckon fits best for the oh, there we go. Lost the chat. Z-Man 2.5 inch. Do you mean jig head, Novo? Oh yes, that's in the next sentence there. So the best size jig head for the 2.5 inch is the 1/16 ounce with a size 2 hook. You're covered for pretty much anything. If you really want to change up the weights, you could probably go down to about a 1/24 ounce or a 1/12, but no lower than a 1/24. I find at 132, you've got problems with the lightness of the jig head, because these lures are incredibly buoyant, and you need that tiny bit extra weight compared to other plastics to pull the head of the lure through the water. If it's not pulling through the head and it's pulling through the side, then that tail is not giving you the maximum action possible. It can work. You can still fish it that way. Some people like it in, almost neutral buoyancy with no action. And then every time you twitch it, that gives the tail that flutter. But personally, I like it when it's moving on the drop. So Yeah, no lower than 1/24 ounce, 1/16 being probably the best weight. You can go as heavy as 1/8. I still think that at 1/8 they fall through the water column pretty well. And yeah, size 2 is probably the best fitting hook. You could probably do a size 1. Size 4 probably a bit small, especially since they also make the grub in the 2-inch size. So size 4, I'd go the 2-inch. Size 2. Wait, what did I say? Yeah, size 4, 2-inch, size 2, size 1. So this is like #2, #1, not like 1020, or how some people say 1/0, 2/0. Not those sizes, they're too big. But size 4. Sorry, size 2 and a size 1 you could push it to. Legend Luke says, what you recommend for Mulloway in Perth, soft plastic wise? From what I've seen, you guys have a lot more tannin stained water a lot of the times in the rivers, and it fishes very different to Sydney and Melbourne. But I still think that you can't go wrong with a soft plastic with a paddle tail as the end of the lure. So definitely paddle tail lure the way to go. You could probably go a bit bigger, probably 4-inch. In Sydney, I kind of do go the 3 to 4-inch, but probably 4 to 5-inch. Something like a Z-Man diesels in the 4-inch, or the diesel now in the 5-inch as well. So I haven't actually given the 5-inch a run, but I know people that have had good results with it and swear by it as well. So I'd go, yeah, I'd go the Z-Mans in the diesel 4 or 5, and the color of choice for me has been the black gold. So black gold has been good, and bad shad. Z Fitness, hey, how's it going? He says, hey Shroom, how you doing, bro? I'm good, mate. Hope them reels are screaming. Yes, I hope that this summer they're going to be screaming hard. Saw the last video, great catch. Any plans for freshwater fishing, trout fish, and catfish? Now, as you guys know, when I do these live streams, I do a bit of a leak on what I've been doing. I have been doing some bass sessions. I've done a couple of hard grinding bass sessions. One session I was on the Nepean River with Joel. Got smoked once on a surface cicada, and now that lure is living somewhere in the river, or still with a massive bass. I think it was a big surface smash underneath an overhanging tree, just right next to a log. And which one was that? It was a mega bass, one of those furry cicadas, but it was I think it was a larger model. Got 2 bass that day. And then I did a session with James, who hasn't done a video with me lately. Oh, sorry, he hasn't done a video since the Weeper video, but we're always talking because we're good friends. It's just just time, haven't been able to catch up, and we finally caught up for a session, and it was a bad one. We did it right after the rains, and yeah, it was it was bad. I did get a bass, but that was about it. We saw a big bass follow his plastic. I think he was using a bait junkie at that stage, a really bright colored orange bait junkie. Yeah, I was just doing the intro to that video, and big bass just came right in and just turned away at the last second. And I turned around just to look at him, just to introduce him, and I saw it at the court, like right in front of me, and he was facing the bottom of the river because I was right above him along the, we're basically fishing in the trees in the bush and just following along some creeks. So very harsh terrain. Trout fish. Yeah, I might do a trout fishing video, but not probably not anytime soon. Probably towards autumn. Carp fishing, always got carp fishing videos, but people don't like watching them, so I haven't been making. I've got a couple of carp videos that what is it? Yeah, I've got a couple of carp videos I could put up. I broke my PB this year a couple of times. So there's some stonking bass. Some stonking carp that I've caught. Eliza says, when's the next king session, Shroom? You know what? I've actually done a few king sessions, but haven't come close to landing them. I did a few with Dave, so regular on the channel, on his boat in Middle Harbour. But the days that we've done it, it seems to be dead. So it's just luck of the draw. So the times that we've been out, we haven't struck it lucky. I've done a land-based session, and I did get the king to come up and hit what was it? It was a power bait Cas Clear, but it didn't hook up. But that was all I had, so I couldn't make that into a video. Swinging King says, "Sup, just got here. Hi, how's it going?" All right. Now I've lost my place in the chat. All right, so yeah, so if you guys see that I've missed your question, just put it back in the chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Subscribe. You know how to do it. Find me on all my social medias. Issa says, "What is the fishing line you use?" Actually, I use plenty of fishing lines, Issa. That's the only way to kind of like learn to find out what you like. But if you want to know what I'm currently using, I was using Sunline Castaway. Now I'm using Gosen eight what is it, 8 weave casting, I think it's called, 8 braid. Yeah, Gosen 8 braid. It's yellow and it's green, so it's a dual tone braid in 0.6 PE, 14 pounds. So very 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 strong. I've used them many times. Wonderful braid, just like the Sunline. James Wilson, what are some good spots around the ride area? I think if you're in the right area, just head down to the river's edge, and you can either head west or you can head east. There's so many areas you can fish there, all the way up to the weir, and left all the way through, Gladesville and around the corner at Lane Cove. I mean, that's one of the better areas to live around. I'd say you're at the doorstep of one of the, well, I think the best system for land-based lure fishing in Sydney Harbour. I just can't beat it, especially in that region there, that area. The depth of the water is just perfect, just for land-based light lure, light line fishing. Justin Kwan, hey bro, love your videos. Always learning something new. Thanks a lot, Justin. As it can, no wind here at all. Under a bridge, just rain. Yeah, I don't know about the rain tonight, but that's a good spot you've got there. Under a bridge, definitely the go when it's raining. If there's no wind, I don't think you're going to experience wind tonight unless it changes direction. I don't think it will. Defunct says I should change my name. LOL, it's Eric. Oh, okay. So Eric, yeah, definitely change your name. No idea who you are, but I know who you are now. If I got the right Eric in my mind. Aaron's Adventures, you should come for a fish on the hacking. I got to do a video there. I think I've been asked to do more squid videos. I haven't had a squid video in a while. Anko Bailiff says the Nether. Okay, all right. So where am I now? I've just like lost everything. All right, guys. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Let me go find a place. There we go. Let's start here. Flick with Mix says Shroom. Yeah, the boys. That's right. Mers9 says, where are some good places for fishing salmon in Sydney? I mean, if you go back about a month, they were all over the beaches of Coogee, etc., all those places there. I don't know now. I think they're still around. People are still catching them wherever you're finding kings as well. The Tide is Neat says, Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas. Hope you're enjoying the show. Legend Luke, how long you planning to stream for? Because I got to go take the dog to the beach for a swim, and I can't go for a fish, even though there are a couple of salmon running. But I want to watch the live stream. Well, you can always watch it on the channel. It's always going to be up. An hour and a half is generally the time that I run for. We'll see how it goes. And plus, oh yes, I should make mention, this is on Google Podcasts and also on Spotify. So I keep forgetting to mention that. So for those that that like to listen to the actual podcast on a podcast platform, you can get this there as well. But there's something special about being here live. Anything could happen. Tide is Neat. Santa bring you any new gear? Well, let me think. Yeah, I'm in the process of deciding what I want to order right now on the Boxing Day sales. I've already ordered a few things, jig heads, etc. I bought Saragossa SW10,000 that I'm just eyeing on the bottom left corner right now, that I just bought just before Christmas. So, but I guess that was kind of for Christmas. Ryan says, what's your favorite spot? Port Hacking, George's Para, or Sydney, or the Gong? Okay, so I like all those spots, but in terms of variety, you can't beat Parramatta Sydney Harbour system. I do have a special spot for the Georges. It does feel like you're out of Sydney at some of those places, and I really enjoy that solitude and that seclusion and that feeling of just being in the wild. And yeah, actually, there are plenty of snakes out there right now. I've seen one in the past week. Red belly black. Talamax says, hey Shroom, can you shout out my boy Don? for his birthday. He's turning 12. Yeah, yes, definitely. So yeah, happy birthday, Don. Happy 12th birthday. Hope your dad got you something. Got you a new fishing combo. He's still trying to catch his first kingy. Well, hope on your throughout this next year you tick that off, mate. Aaron's adventures go down to Swallow Rock boat ramp. Got an 87 centimeter yellowtail kingfish. Oh, well done. Fantastic catch. I've seen some stonking fish on Insta, but I actually haven't come tight to anyone that's caught any and has put in time. Well done. I applaud you guys. Legend Luke, what gear do you use for filming? I'm using a GoPro 7 for like 90% of my filming. GoPro 5 also as my backup GoPro, and a Sony A6 400 for the intro and like the interview style filming. Zach says, when is crab season in Sydney? I don't know about crabs, unfortunately. Can't help you there, Zach. Does anyone know? Anyone can help Zach out? Just write it down in the comments. Oh, look at me. My memory's already going. So who's the Funk 70? Oh, that's right. Eric. That's right. Luckily, he mentioned it again. Turns out I can't change my name. Boo. Yes. I'll just have to remember that. David, sure, love that canal at Iron Cove Shroom. Thanks for your clip there. Going again, going again tomorrow. Yeah, I think that canal has been fishing pretty well lately. I've seen a few photos of brim and flathead in the last couple of days, at least, if not the past couple of last week from the last weekend. So not long ago. So this is pretty recent. The tides haven't been that good, but it seems to be fishing pretty well. But it's like one of those areas where you might expect to have a good session after rains. You see, we haven't had I would say we haven't had significant rains up until the last 7 days. And anytime there's been a bit of a flush and it hasn't quite changed the whole complexion of the system with the salt water and the fresh coming down. So it hasn't been game changing, but it's definitely been significant. The fish like to go up a little bit up these canals, especially the brim, and have a bit of a feed. There's just plenty of food flowing down and they just follow it up. Now, after prolonged rain, then yeah, that's obviously not going to be the case, but especially at the start of rains and if there's been consistent rain, which we've had, patchy but consistent rain and not drenching flooding amounts of rain, then yeah, these canals do fish well. I mean, yeah, it's a good time. I did consider heading to one of the canals in Sydney. There's plenty of canals in Sydney that exhibit this behavior in the Georges, in the Parramatta River system, even some of those feeding rivers and creeks. They have the same behavior, really. Little bit of fresh does does the system pretty good. It does it a favor, spices it up, especially if the water's extremely clear after a period of no rain and just basically just tides pushing in and out, and the bait fish are progressively moving up the system and into mangroves and etc., and kind of like moving to areas where you kind of don't know where they are anymore. That bit of fresh just mixes it up. And yeah, that's a good thing. So right now, this amount of rain, perfect. I'd expect like pretty much all over Sydney, most areas are fishing pretty well. Now I don't know about the squid. The squid don't like rain. In my opinion, squid don't really like rain, especially the calamari. The kings don't mind a bit of rain as well. So and the Jews definitely don't mind a little bit of rain. These creatures they can push all the way up to the fresh. Less so for the kings, but with a bit of color in the water, they can surely fire up. They can surely fire up, and especially right now. This is now late December. The water temperatures are really high. It's going to get a little bit warmer as well, but surface action, you're just gonna if you keep your eyes peeled, you're gonna see king swimming pretty much all over the harbour system and the Georgia system as well. I've been told that at least earlier this year, they were pushing very far up, all the way through. The Kings were pushing all the way through the river, up to Picnic Point, and even past it. There were videos and people hooking up Kings all the way through there. Now, I never thought that was really a thing, especially in the Georges. But with conditions like this, I would expect that they're all throughout the rivers right now as well. All right. So I just had to go off on a tangent there. So I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hit the subscribe button. All right, let's keep going down. Um, Novo says, I can't wait for another king video. Shroom. Yeah, I can't wait to catch another king. So yeah, love to make a video. Do you do much shore jigging? Well, not off the rocks. I don't really do that kind of fishing. I like to give it a go one day. Get a nice long 8 foot, 9 foot rod, and see what's out there. Spin a metal. David Shaw, sorry Shroom, early tomorrow. Never missed there. Matt says, buddy, love the channel. Used to live in Five Dock. So all your spots were local in Parramatta River for me. Oh, that's awesome. So everyone knows, even though I don't mention the spots, they're all spots pretty much right in front of everyone's face. There are no secrets. It's just right there. I'm just doing my bit to not like concentrate about 100 people on the very next Saturday morning at those spots. So, but there's enough information there for people that really want to work it out or they've been to the spot. And okay, yeah. So now he says he now moved to near Lane Cove River. Great system. Any videos going to happen down that way? I was there in the winter. It was a very windy day. Didn't really get any hits near the Fig Tree Bridge, but I want to go back up there. Z Fitness Shroom. Try to use a shallow X wrap. Go size 12 in open ocean or rock fishing. Crazy tailline salmon. Yeah, those Rapala X wraps. I think I've still got a couple of size 12s. I have been using some size 14s at night in the winter. And yeah, those lures rock solid. Great build, strong trebles. They look great. Can't go wrong. I think I've definitely caught tailor and salmon. I don't know if I haven't caught my target species on them yet. Any rock fishing video coming up soon. Look, if I keep getting asked enough, I keep getting asked every single live stream. One day I'm gonna crack and I'm just gonna pick up my gear and say, "Yep, we're gonna go head down and do a rock fishing video." But hopefully, I don't end up on Channel 9 News with them filming a rescue chopper. I'm gonna probably go with some very clued up friends that have done that style of fishing, experienced fishermen off the rocks, and I'll see what I can do. So yeah, thanks for that suggestion, Z. Definitely, there's a bit of demand to see something that going. Oh yeah, guys, make sure you hit the like button. Zach says, "Are you thinking about getting a vessel or even a kayak?" Not at this stage. Maybe in the future. I really love my land-based fishing, as you guys know. There's just that feeling of just picking up your rod, heading down to any stretch of water. Doesn't have to look good, and just seeing what you can catch and what kind of fun you can have. You can have so much fun, but definitely not going to rule out getting a vessel at some stage. In fact, this question here, James asked me. Actually, yeah, James asked me would I get a kayak the other day, and I was kind of like, umming and ahhing. And then he was like saying, look, just get some roof racks and take my kayak. You're going to get hooked. So there's definitely guys in my friend circle pushing me to get some kind of watercraft here. Legend Luke, I can't wait for a video where he goes in store and shows us what he buys and uses it to catch fish. Content I have been looking for. Yeah, I think I might yeah, I don't know about filming inside shops. I don't know how that's going to work, but I will be filming something in a fishing shop at some stage. I think I need to make some of these gear videos. I always get asked, I think pretty much every live stream as well, when am I going to do a how to catch fish using lures or beginner's guide, and how to go through your tackle, show us what rods you've got in your arsenal, because we know you've got plenty of nice gear and you never show us all of them. I got to do something like that, and also it'd be nice to do some more informative videos. I try to just make entertaining fishing videos, but as you guys tell me, and as I know, just by looking over it, you guys find it very informative as it is. So I really appreciate that. Appreciate the questions and the comments and the support. So thanks for that, Luke. Novo. Okay, so that's directed at Z Fitness. Clint Long, hi, how's it going? He says, hey, bro, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas to you too, Clint. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas period. The year's not over yet. Gonna enjoy the rest of 2020, but like I said, I can't wait for 2021. New things on the channel always, but especially in terms of the whole world situation, I think 2021 we're gonna get back on our feet, and I just can't wait for that to happen. And you know what that's gonna mean? That's gonna mean everyone can get back out there. I can, if I, if I, when I get around to it, not if, when I get around to it, a subscriber special as well. So plenty of things we could do, plenty of things for the world to look forward to. Fishing with Zara. She says, "Hey, how are you, King? Oh, I'm no king, but thanks for that, Zara. Thanks for all those comments on my videos on my channel last day or so. I really appreciate the support. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas." She says, "What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?" The biggest shark I've ever caught would have been that 2 meter plus. Was it 2 meter plus? I think it would have been longer than 2 meter. I think we estimated it at around 200 kilogram hammerhead, and it was so big we just couldn't bring it up. But we kind of considered it caught. We touched the leader. It was circling around the boat for another half hour. Just couldn't bring it in past that point, and not make the fish suffer too much. Let's cut the line and let it go. That'd be the biggest fish. Biggest in terms of like fish would probably be that queen fish that I've got on the channel on the Weeper video, 95 centimeters, or the Mulloway on plastic, which I don't have the video of because that was caught like so many years ago, 95 centimeters as well. Still trying to crack that meter on the plastic. Maybe one day. That's why I turned to hard bodies, guys. If you guys are wondering why I've been putting in time on using hard bodies. Now I haven't put in any time recently, but over the years I've put in so much time just trying to crack that code. In fact, some people have even seen me at night out there alone on the river throwing these hard bodies and said hi. So yeah, still haven't cracked it. It's gonna happen one day. All right, now as usual, I've lost my place in the stream. So while I go find out where I am, yeah, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow me on Insta, Facebook. I'm there too, and also TikTok. If you want to support the channel in any other way, I've got the Shroom membership program, or the Shroom Club member. That's what I call it. It's a join button. Click on that. And obviously, Super Chat is enabled on this channel as well. All right. Okay, so I still haven't found out where I am. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. So I'm going past that comment now. Da Funk. So that's Eric. Eric says, "Come to my king nursery. I babysit them often. LOL." You know what? You've had your chance. Maybe I should just get down there and claim a king for myself. No, Eric. The reason why I haven't gone down there is because you're still after your first king. I'd hate to be that guy that just goes down there and first session, first cast just hooks up and gets one. I know you put the time in, so I've just basically decided, like, mentally, I'm gonna stay away until you get your share and get your taste first. Then maybe I might do it at some stage. But yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that just goes right in there. I know that I'm probably going to get that kind of luck as well. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to you. But yeah, keep trying. I know you'll get him. I know you'll get him, Eric. You just got to keep trying. You'll get those kings. There's some big ones there. So they're quite regular. You're going to get plenty of opportunities. Like I said, they're going to be here. Like when you told me about them, I said that they're going to definitely be here for at least a couple of weeks, and they're still here. And I reckon, given what's happened, that they're still going to be here for the next couple of weeks. So you're still going to get plenty of chances. Clint Long says, and don't forget to catch Clint Long's fishing adventures on. Yeah, definitely. I got to check that out. Oh, good. Funny content's always nice. Will Smith, have you ever used poppers for flathead? Well, I haven't specifically tried for flathead. I have just at the back of my mind when I'm chasing whiting, thought, it'd be crazy if I cast here. Maybe I'll get a flathead, smash it right on top. I've had that happen with hard bodies, but not with poppers at this stage. Not that I can remember. Usually when I target whiting or brim, I get one of the two, and I barely get any flathead. Now, I'm touching wood right now, so I've not lost any hard bodies in that manner to flathead yet. And touching wood, it's not gonna happen for a while yet. So yeah, because you got to use those really small, clear, flashy poppers that whiting like to chase down as well. So flathead, one big swipe, and there goes 20-30 bucks. So not nice. I think there was a video I was on the hacking with Terry, and he threw a really big X wrap. It was pretty much a shallow diving hard body, and he got hammered by a big flathead. Not a monster, but a big one. I would estimate somewhere between 50 to 65 at that size. Just the size of it. I saw the thing come up, cause this big explosion. Had to be a big flathead because it looked like one. It sounded like one. Yeah, didn't hook up, but crazy hits. Actually, we might do a video like that at some stage. All right, let's keep going down. Novo says, okay, ooh, lost it again. What's going on? Okay, I'll start down on the bottom. So Hunter Goro is here. All right, he says hi beast. Thank you very much, Hunter. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate your support. I know it seems a bit spamish here at this stage. YouTube's just trying to filter out all those comments. But yeah, hope you're enjoying the show. Jason Green. All right, Jason. He says, "Hey Shroom, can you give my godfather Frank a shout out, please?" Oh yes, anything for you, Jason. Thanks for supporting me as a Shroom Club member the other month as well. Definitely appreciate that. He said, "Oh yeah, well I've just lost my train of thought there." So, Frank, shouting you out. So, you're Jason Green's godfather. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Hope you're gonna have a wonderful New Year's Eve as well, and a healthy, prosperous 2021. How's that, Jason? Legend Luke. I also caught a hammerhead, but from shore in South Africa, where I'm from. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think there's some massive sharks down that way. Big mulloway down there too, which you guys call cob. Geez, I've seen some massive cob from photos. It looks like they could swallow a person. When I was targeting Taylor, which is called elf or shad or bluefish there. Okay, so I'm not that you learn something new every day. I didn't know they're called elf or shad, but definitely I knew they were called bluefish. I watch a few of those US YouTubers, and yeah, that's what they call it. He was about 1.3 meters to 1.4 meters safe release. Yeah, those fish go hard. I think they go harder than most sharks, don't they? Those hammerheads, they go harder than bronze whalers. I know that much because I've caught a few of them. They seem to never give up. Those hammerheads. They look like the craziest fish. You just gotta hook one and experience its power to realize how strong these beasts really are. And in fact, I might be doing a shark video at some stage with the boys, with Dave from Complete, with the boys from Weeper. We keep talking about it. We've got all the shark rigs. We just got to get a barbecue together and a night and get everyone out on the bank of a river and just get going and pass the reel around and get everyone's back sore. Because that's the best. That's the best thing. I love that. I love catching a fish where the main aim is go as hard as you can for as long as you can. And when you can't go, pass it to your mate and just watch him struggle as well. It's the best feeling. And then if you're ready after a few people, take the reel again. Go for another workout. The best feeling. Low pressure fishing, it's just anything could happen. You just feel the power of a fish. You're not like using a light line and trying to go hard, but fish within your physical limits. You're trying to go at your limit. We can't really chase GTs and all that here. So sharks, next best thing to test the gear and test your arm. Yeah, you definitely get longer arms after a session like that. Anthony Calabro says, "Hi Shroom, what knot do you recommend when tying braid to fluorocarbon?" Good question. Great question. I've got a few knots that I'd like to recommend to everyone here. So if you want to know what I tie 99% of the time and why I can push my gear to its limit, I tie an FG knot, just a simple FG with 25 turns. So long as you pull it up tight and do the hitches tight, that knot just performs admirably. It can like, I don't think you really lose any strength in the connection at all. In fact, I don't know if it's considered like an actual knot. It's like a tightening kind of contraption. So there's no like turns and a knot onto itself really, except for maybe the hitches, but the knot itself just tightens on itself. Now, there is a very similar knot, the PR knot, which tightens in from the opposite direction, which is slightly better, and you tie it with a tool. But I mean, you don't really need an FG knot, but that's what I tie. I don't know what the percentage preservation of knot strength is, but let's just say it's about 100%. But then again, hard to tie, time consuming. You may need like 3 hands and 3 feet. You know, you need a lot of appendages if you're not experienced tying that thing, and you might even need to sit down. So it's not the most, it's not the quickest knot to tie. It's not the simplest knot to tie as well. In theory, it's simple, but like I said, you might need a couple of extra hands and feet to tie that one. A knot that I sometimes also tie is the surgeon's knot. Surgeon's knot is one that I recommend for beginners to learn because it's absolutely strong, ridiculously strong. It looks like the worst knot you've ever seen, of course, unfortunately. So it's not aesthetically pleasing. So if you've got some kind of like OCD, it might bug you in the way that the wraps are cinched down. But it's basically tying a granny knot a couple of times, like 5 times or something. And it's a bit different. You got to cut off the leader first before you do that. I might make a video or explain that knot at some stage because I think that that's a very strong, foolproof beginner knot. Anyone could tie. There's a huge margin for error. So unlike the FG, there is like a small margin for error. So you don't want to get it wrong. Otherwise, it's not going to perform properly. There are some knots which are more forgiving. This is one of the more forgiving knots. And another knot that I use would be the double uni. I use that sparingly. Sometimes it doesn't matter when you're using really heavy line. You can just tie a double uni knot. It's extremely reliable. The weakness of that knot is that it's not particularly strong, and it catches on the guides when you're casting, especially if you've got small guides. And if you've got micro guides on your rod, which are those really tiny guide inserts, which look about 3 times smaller than a regular insert, then yeah, you're gonna have massive problems with a double uni. So you got to choose a slimmer knot. But besides from that, that's another quite simple knot because most people have to learn at least one terminal, and one easy terminal popular knot is just a regular uni knot. And what's a double uni knot? Double of that. So yeah, basically, if you learn one knot, you've learned your terminal, which you can tie to your hook, your jig head, your swivel, etc., etc. And then if you know how to tie it twice, which everyone knows how to tie it twice, it's just one's in the reverse order. Then you've now learned something that not everyone knows how to tie, which is a line to line connection, like braid to leader, for example. So something like that. Plenty of other knots that I've used as well in the past. I've used the Albright. That's a very strong knot, except I found it extremely unreliable for myself personally. My experiences with that knot is that it's very, very strong, but it weakens after many, many casts. And sometimes I get random failures where the knot will just snap when I'm striking into a fish or on the cast, something like that. So I still got to figure out that knot. And the Slim Beauty, that knot, not too bad as well. So both the Albright and both the Albright and the Slim Beauty are quite strong. So they're stronger than your double uni knot. But then again, bit harder to tie. But they're great knots if if that's what you tie and that's what you've practiced. Those knots are very good. For myself, I kind of transitioned right from the double uni. I gave the Slim Beauty a bit of a run, but I lost too many fish. I lost like I know there were jewfish. There were definitely jews on big, massive stonking runs, and a few times it just popped, and I kind of like lost faith in that knot, and so that's why if you fish a lot and you fish light line, chances are you're going to end up on the FG at some stage. All right, let's Indo's Sydney Fishing, also known as Owens. Thank you very much. He says Shroom, looking good there, bro. Thanks for this year. Thank you very much for supporting me. You're always donating on most of my streams. I really appreciate. I appreciate you watching all my videos, viewing all my content. You're always messaging me. I love all that interaction. Yeah. What more can I say? I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful Happy New Year. And to the rest of everyone watching tonight's stream, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hope you had a Merry Christmas as well. And this new year, we're all looking forward to. Fingers crossed 2021. Everyone catches the fish of a lifetime. I'm hoping this next year, everyone's going to tick that box. Thanks for that, Owens. Really appreciate that. Okay, Fong P says he lost my stuff. He says Yo Shroom. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Let's keep going down. Hunter Gora says all good, brother. Thank you very much. David Shaw says, have you ever tried right in Parramatta Shroom around the Gasworks bridge? Got a 52 centimeter. Oh, well done. Got a 52 centimeter flathead there last week. The Gasworks Bridge. I'm not sure which one's that. I think that one is that the one at Rydalmere? I think that's the one there. That's the one at Rydalmere. I'm not sure. Let me just check. There's a quick comment here. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Novo says Shroom, is it fine if you can make some fishing challenge videos? Yeah, I'll do some fun videos at some stage. Go maybe do with some of your favorite YouTubers as well. I think that might be fun. I was gonna do one with Ben, who has been on my channel. I'd say, yeah, he'd been a regular on my channel, but now he's not living in Sydney anymore. So yeah, shout out to Ben Harris. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas up in Queensland. I miss you, brother. Hope Queensland's treating you right. But he was the one that suggested that we that we'd do a lolly video. Just use like some Snake Allen's lollies and try to see if we can catch some fish on that, which obviously we would, but bit of a competition, bit of a challenge, see what would happen. And I think Jason Green also mentioned that at some stage. I think it was him or either Michael Jermaine, who's not here yet, but he might swing by later. Jason Green, you're the nicest guy. Thank you very much. I try to be. Well done, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Legend Luke, yes, shark vid, fine. Yeah, that's right. Want to give those biceps and that back a workout. Ryan Puffett, I got my Boxing Day special CI4 plus 1,000, $299. Great price, great reel. Can't go wrong. I don't have that bent body one. That's a cracking price though. Great reel. It's gonna serve you. I mean, actually, that's like pretty much as high as you need to go just for fishing around Sydney. You got really smooth drag, extremely light. It looks great, black and red. Yeah, so faultless reel, strong gearing, 1,000 size, perfect for your brim, whiting, flathead fishing. Novo says, Shroom, is it fine if you can make some fishing challenge? Okay, all right. So yeah, that's a second. Okay, sorry about that. Guys, fishing buds, where do you fish, bro? All over Sydney, but mostly Sydney Harbour, Hacking, and Georges River. Although this year, and especially this half of the year, I've got a few, like I've been fishing the Hawkesbury a little bit more as well. So just trying to get a bit of that wild, that wild nature kind of fishing into my channel. I love it. I love the Hawkesbury. So much potential. I think I can't remember. It might have been earlier this year. I was with who was it? I was with Dave. We're on the Hawkesbury. Actually, maybe not the start of this year. Maybe the end of last year, just before it started getting warm. We tried our luck trying to get some hairtail. Yeah, but yeah, I think we got like one or two, but it was a really windy and cold night, that one. Very, very tough. And our glow sticks, I think we had some problems with our glow sticks, so that compromised our results. Da Funk. So Eric says, I'm loving the surgeon's knot. Yeah, that's right. So Eric, so you guys won't be aware of this, but I recommended Eric swap from the Albright and give the Surgeon's Knot a bit of a run. And sounds exactly what I want to hear. The Kingy broke the hook. Okay, sorry, that's not what I want to hear. I don't want the Kingy breaking your hook at the knot, but like if you're gonna have a line failure somewhere along your system, you don't want to snapping along a guide, because it means you've got a broken insert and it's got a bit of a sharp edge. So then you're gonna have to replace that. Second of all, you don't want it breaking at the real roller line roller, because that means it's catching. So there's something wrong with the line roller. And third, you don't want to break at the leader knot, because it means that you got to learn how to tie a better leader knot. If it breaks at the terminal, it might mean that the terminal is a bit weak, but who likes tying new leaders? I don't think anyone likes tying new leaders. You'd rather tie a new terminal knot. So I take that. If something was going to snap, I like the hook to straighten, or the terminal to pop rather than the leader knot. Or like I said, anywhere along the rod, that's a bad thing. If it pops around there, I'm inspecting my rod, seeing if there's a problem with the guides or the line roller. Probably needs to be swapped. All right. Okay. So Will Smith says FG knot is a little tricky. That's right. I think like for the average person, you're gonna need like 3 hands and 3 feet to tie that knot, especially if you need to learn this knot so you can tie it out on the river. If you need to tie it sitting down, in front of your desk at home in front of the TV, no problem. But when your mate's hooking up and you've just had a line failure and you need to rush a contraption and get your system sorted, and they're busting up in front of you, you're not tying that FG knot unless you got like 10 hands and people cheering you on. It just ain't happening. So it pays to know a couple of knots as well. Yeah, FG knot definitely a bit tricky. Takes a while to tie and learn how to tie it properly. There's some very good tutorials out there. That's how I learned. Hunter Goral says, so you can, yeah, that's right. So that was from Hunter. Thanks for that. Knock Fam says FG knot is not tricky. It's basically F and G knot tied together. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know what an F and a G knot tied together is. I might have to look into that. I think like the concept of it isn't easy, but the execution can be very tricky, because it is one of those knots where you need to keep line tension on the line coming from your reel and also from the leader. So not every knot needs that kind of tension to tie, but this knot does, at least to get that crisscross pattern happening. And plus, obviously, there's ways to add a bit of extra, an embellishment to the knot as well. You can use your lighter and burn off the end of the tag end, form a mushroom, etc., etc. You can also do like a risotto finish. There's just so many ways you can take that knot. It just goes up from there. I just tie the simple FG with 24, 25 turns, and that's it. It's done the job for me, at least inshore fishing on, just your 50-pound and under kind of fishing. Tom Shin says, hey, Shroom, what are your thoughts on the PR knot? That knot's better than FG. So game fishing knot, can't go wrong. You need a tool to tie that. Stewie from Fish Raider, he ties the PR knot. Every time we go fishing for Jews on the Cooks, that's what he's tying. And yeah, you just get that bobbin, you just like get it around and just do a couple of spins, get about 50,000 spins, because once you start, you can't stop. And yeah, that's how you get about 100,000 turns on that. And yeah, I've not seen him have a failure on that knot just yet. Game fishing knot. Raymond H, what was it, that knot that you just talked about? I just joined the stream. I've talked about in length the FG and the surgeon's knot. I've also made mention to the Albright and the Slim Beauty. Might have been a few more. Yeah, double uni knot as well. But you probably caught me when I was talking about the FG knot. Or the surgeon's knot. Hunter Gore, okay, that's Swinging King says you should watch Indo Fishing Sydney's videos too. Oh yes, I definitely watch his videos. It's hard to watch everyone's videos, but yeah, he's always supporting me. I wherever I can, it pops up on my feed. I have a bit of a look and see him slaying some trevs down at the opening of Sydney Harbour. So a great watch, great videos, and also obviously in botany at Foreshore. Predator Oz, hey bro, any tips on catching kings, bait fishing or lure fishing? Adams Fishing says hi Shroom. Hi Adams, super lumen. Hey Shroom, I was thinking about getting a samurai rod. Any thoughts? How much are you willing to spend? I felt so I was in complete today. I felt the what was it? The samurai reaction. Samurai reaction. It's new. I did own a samurai reaction and a samurai infinite years ago. So I know how they should feel and what they how they fish like throughout most of their series and their updates. This one felt pretty much like the last reaction, which means that it felt amazing because the reactions feel so good. And yeah, I'd say you can't go wrong. Look, have a look at if you're willing to spend the coin, which I mean 500 or up. The samurai reaction, it's got the carbon fiber grip now. So it's got the front of the grip that has carbon fiber and the bottom as well. I think it is carbon fiber. It looked like it was carbon fiber. The wrapping on it felt incredibly light, incredibly balanced, and as with the reactions, it felt so good. It's just that feeling when you're holding your hand, just out of this world. The extra fast, 3 to 6 pound, 7 foot. That's the one I had in the older iteration as well. I sold it at some stage because as you guys know, I've got so many rods, and I just couldn't give it a run. I paired that with what reel did I have? I had a Shimano something or other, one of those JDM reels, Soray. That's it, Shimano Soray on the reaction. Beautiful reel, beautiful rod, match made in heaven. But it's very hard to compare with like Exist Edge and battlers and all that. So I had to get rid of one of them. It was never getting a run, but definitely a fantastic rod. They're samurais. Sorry, not what's it called? Not samurai. They're infinites. They're infinites. I think that's the top end of their range for a little bit more money. That's got the best cosmetics, but I think that one is due for an update. So I would hold off on that right now, but definitely the reactions are brand new because I haven't seen them up until today. So check them out. So Zach says, what is the best plastic for flathead and brim? Okay, there isn't one that's like best for both, but I think if I was out chasing flathead specifically, I'd be using a bright colored gulp jerk shad, like 5 or 7 inch. So I've done one of them videos on Botany Bay with Terry, regular on channel. Slade, he slays the flathead on them. They can't get away from him and the gulps. He's got the perfect action. His whipping style, those plastics just come to life. And the flathead, they cannot resist. Get the nuclear chicken color. But I honestly think ultimately any bright color in the gulp jerk shad, flathead can't refuse. And in fact, they not only that they can't refuse it, the squid can't refuse it as well. That session, I can't remember how many squid grabbed onto that plastic as well. Like I said, Terry's got that special technique. He just like he brings in the squid on the plastic, and then in that video I swapped he brought it in, and then we interchanged. We swapped the plastic for my squid jig, and we just bring him in that way because you can't hook squid easily on the single hook. So you got to swap it out for a squid jig. But yeah, those gulps, unbelievable. And for brim, what can I say? Everyone on the channel knows what I like to use. I like to use the Z-Man Grubs in watermelon red, 1/16 ounce size to hook, match made in heaven. Can't beat that. Any of those grubs, they're why they're so good. They last long. They extremely durable, affordable at 3 for 25. It's something I can recommend. I don't really want to recommend something to the average fisherman that wants to do lure fishing. I mean, I will, but like I'm trying not to recommend some really specialized expensive plastic and you get like 3 or 4 in a pack or 5 in a pack and it's like 15, $16. That's a bit harsh. But like Z-Mans, if you give it a go and it doesn't work for you, that's fine. But that's quite affordable as well. And your money goes very far. Very durable plastics. And why the grub? The grub, everything eats the grub. They're very easy to rig as well. The Z-Mans are a little bit tougher to rig, but in terms of the grub shape, even if they're not completely straight, think about it. It's a grub. Our grub's straight. Not straight, right? It doesn't matter if you rig them a bit crooked. It's supposed to be curved and windy and a bit fleshy and hard to discern its shape, but the fish know what it is. It doesn't have to be that straight. So that's the go-to for brim. Super Luman, also please pull out the FG not tying video. I suck at that not badly. Look, yeah, I'll do that at some stage. Keep reminding me. I'll definitely have that at some stage. Fong P says Shroom uses Z-Man grubs on flatties, motor oil, and watermelon. That's right, because these flathead aren't that picky, but there are plastics that outperform others. So if I was just specifically targeting flathead, like I said, go the gulp. But if you don't like gulp, here's some other suggestions. The squidgy fish in 100 mil or 80 mil in the silver fox color. I think I caught my PV flathead on that, so I gotta give that a shout out. 92, 93 centimeter flathead in the Georges land base. Can't go wrong. That's just proof in the pudding. Caught plenty on the Z-Man minnows, the 3-inch as well. Obviously, you can go longer than that. Not a problem there. You can try the diesel minnows. What else? What else is good? Yeah, there's just so many plastics on the market. So many. I think the Shimano Bio-Tough plastic as well. Their paddle tail lures look great. I like that green watermelon looking red color. Fantastic. I got to make a video using that. I've got quite a few of those packs. Haven't given them a run yet. Recently, I've given them a run in the past, and they're all great. Okay, let's keep going down. Now, while I keep going down, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hope you're enjoying the show. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Festive season, wearing my Santa's hat. Hope you guys are enjoying that little bit of a special stream tonight. Bit of fun, bit of humor. Just trying to enjoy the night. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. And if you guys missed this, that's all right. It's obviously going to be up on my channel. You can also listen to it on Spotify and Google Podcasts once I put that up, which will be in the next day or so after the stream's ended. So you can definitely watch all my previous shows as well. Plenty of information there if you like how this stream's going. Look, it really just depends on the night what kind of questions people ask me. Some nights it's all about Jews. Some nights it's a bit of a mix like tonight. Some nights it's all about flathead, which I guess this night we've talked a lot about flathead. Sometimes it's about gear, about rods, on what makes a rod more expensive than the next. There's stuff on that. Talk about lines, thicknesses, strengths, 4 weave, 8 weave. I'm sure I've talked pretty much everything about fishing. No expert in any area. I just do this for entertainment purposes. But I really appreciate all the questions. Hence why I keep doing these streams. If you guys like this, just keep asking me for it. It's really easy for me to put it off. I do lots of preparation. As you guys can see, I really think up of what I'm going to do before I come online. Got to have my energy levels up, my all that stuff sorted before I come online. But if you guys keep pestering me for it, you'll get that stream more often than not. All right, back here on the chat. Oh yeah, hit the like button, guys. Smash that like button, as all the YouTubers say. Okay, Thomas says, can you do a footage on catching whiting on top water lures, sugar pens, slippery dogs? Absolutely. So I promise there'll be one this summer. There'll definitely be one in the next quarter. This next quarter coming up. Got a lot of my lures sorted out. I think I might be doing I'll definitely have a video like that at some stage. I've already got videos catching whiting, but they're a bit small. There's a few on my channel catching whiting. There's at least one that I can remember in the harbor, just at some random spot, and the whiting were hitting those lures that I was chucking on top. So there is one on the channel somewhere, but be meaning to do a really good one. Maybe in the hacking, there's so many areas to wade in the flats. I want to do something like that. So yeah, I'll get some sugar pens. I've got slippery dogs already. Got to stock up on yeah. I gotta I gotta restock up on some sugar pens. Super glue, super lumen. Yeah, the samurais or G Loomis. Can't go wrong with the G Loomis. I'm a G Loomis fan. Only two-piece rods that are in the 500 plus range. Too bad the battlers seem to all be one piece. You know what? I think I discussed this in a previous stream, but you should give the one piece a thought as well. It's I think I was at that stage where I didn't want a one piece rod because I thought, no, I just can't transport that around. It's too unwieldy. It's gonna get in the way, this and that. But really, if you learn to just deal with a one piece rod, I think the action and the sensitivity is that little bit better because ultimately your rod is in one piece, the action is true, and the vibration transmission is consistent throughout the blank. I mean, these days with the ferrule technology, joining the two pieces, it's quite good. So you're not missing too much on that. But if you ever have felt a rod that's made in the one piece and the two piece and have a felt in the shop, they feel different. So that tells you something. So that's my opinion anyway. But yeah, these two piece rods, they're pretty good in the expensive, higher price bracket as well. But definitely you'll see lots of brands push one piece rods when you're paying top dollar for the ultimate fishing experience. Definitely, yeah. Unless it's obviously longer than 7 foot, then they're gonna cut that up, make it a two piece. Fong pieces free adverts for Z-Man. Look, I can only tell you what I use, so that's what I use. I'm not being paid for anything. Yeah, I guess it's a free advert. I advert all companies. Whatever works for me is what I'm gonna say. Hunter Gorrel Shroom. How did you get the name Shroom? Oh, it's a bit like a play on my surname a little bit. Sounds a bit like it, or at least it alludes to it. Adams fishing Will Smith under the bridge. Okay, so that's directed at him. Okay, let's keep going down. Okay, Petoz. Oh, hi, how's it going, Petoz? What games do you play? Seeing you have a gaming headset. Haha. Actually, I'm not playing any games currently. I haven't played any games for a couple of years. The video editing keeps me busy. I do like watching games. I watch a bit of StarCraft, but I don't play any. So this headset definitely not one made for podcasts. Yeah, definitely a headset for gaming there. Good pick out. No one's actually called me up on that, so you're the first. So good job. Eric says flatties are great fun on the hard bodies too. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I definitely want to mention that if you're gonna use hard bodies on flathead, choose something that's a bit longer so that they will not engulf and swallow the lure in one fell swoop, because no one likes a hard body 15 centimeters down its gobble, if unfortunately even further down than that. So it's just hard to extract them. If you choose a long hard body, it'll kind of still remain extractable. So that's good. And also, yeah, don't be afraid to throw really really large hard bodies as well, especially if you're chasing the bigger ones. I mean, I haven't really done that kind of fishing, specializing and specifically targeting massive flathead in Sydney using the big hard bodies. I did use a smaller one. I did use the Daiwa double clutch in one of my previous videos. It is a long, slender hard body, a twitching one, and it's also suspending. So suspending hard bodies are pretty good as well. So that's something to consider. Keeps it in their face. Great lures. I think the hooks were a bit weak. I mentioned in that video there, but I can't knock the product. The actual lure itself, fantastic. Knock fam, Dota, Dota 2. Pitos, does he really? Okay. Aiden Hedgie, Shroom, have you fished around Gladesville, Parramatta River? Oh, definitely. Definitely. You name the spot, I've done it. Raymond H, you should make a fishing. Oh, just lost it there. You should make a fishing video with FMIF and Flick with Mick Fishing. Oh, definitely. I think I get asked all the time. I definitely want to do that. It's just I just yeah, it's just like really hard to knock any offers for collaborations back. Definitely at some stage I'll be doing something along those lines because I think it's only a matter of time. So stay tuned for that, Raymond. Hunter Goral, Shroom, you coming out with merch anytime in the future? No, not at this stage. I mean, what would you guys like to see? I don't know. I just yeah, if you guys want merch, I'll see what I can do. I think YouTube is probably going to come knocking at some stage and say, hey, get some of these Teespring shirts and mugs and whatever, because I see at some level, some size to the subscriber numbers that they seem to have that. So I think that might be at some stage. I don't know how long that's going to be. If you guys want anything specific, I'll look into it for you. Peters, yeah, what Raymond said with them 3 legends in one video would be crazy. Yeah, definitely. I think I mean you guys seem to quite like collaboration videos. I just got to make sure that that I have my regular weekly video already ready because it's hard work. There's one thing to say let's go for a fish, and then there's one thing to say all right, let's go for a fish, but we need an idea. It's got to be a suitable idea that showcases our strengths and we can complement each other. We've got to film it right, and also what happens if we don't get anything caught? What can we do with it, or do we just have to remake another one? And when are we both free? That that kind of thing. It's very hard to kind of like get something like that together, especially if you want to do it right. Like I like to do my videos properly. You can see in the editing, small fish, big fish, good video, bad video. I make it the best video I can possibly make because I want you guys to enjoy watching it. I enjoyed fishing, but then again, fishing is not it's not something that's effort is directly proportional to results. That's unfortunately not the case. There's a high element of luck as well. Of course, knowledge and skill and experience plays into it, but ultimately, anything could happen. Whether you get the bite or you get dusted by that fish, you may not have enough for a video. So there's so many things to consider as well. Even with someone like AKA Mike's Fishing, who he'd make time for me anytime if we wanted to make a video. It's so hard for us to even come together and make a video like that last one at Terrible, the most recent video. So make sure, yeah, guys, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. I think it was a quite an enjoyable video. Even something like that, we're just pulling our hair out. Just like so many things could have gone wrong. We got to the spot and there were people already there. So it was like, all right, now what? What's plan B? So we waited a little while, and luckily there was space for us to fish, and we can make that video. But even something like that is just the problem, and also getting the bait as well. We wanted to get the freshest bait possible, so we're looking for a place to get our live tube worms and fresh prawns and all that. And can't remember which day it was, but I think it was quite hard for us to get that sorted as well. Pitos. Ha ha ha! My man, he recognized. Yes, I remember all my viewers. Like I read all the comments. As you guys know, I reply to all the comments. I get back to everyone. If you guys take the time to watch my videos and leave a comment, the least I can do is read it and reply. That's my attitude. At least up until it's completely overwhelming. It is already overwhelming me, but I can still find the time for it, and I'm going to continue to reply. All right. Okay. Now, what's this over here? Okay, let me just show this. I think this is actually a legitimate comment, but there's some derogatory words. If you had a choice of a good reel or bad rod, or a bad reel and a good rod, which would you go for? Great question, Thomas. This is a fantastic question. It's going to help a lot of people in deciding what is important when you're fishing. Right. I think that if you're fishing with baits, maybe go the extra mile and spend the money on a smooth reel. Something is, if you're going to look after it, put money on the reel, because you're not going to hook up often, but you're going to need that drag. You might need to lock up. You're probably going to chase a good fish. You need that drag to be smooth up to a certain point anyway. You don't have to spend big bucks. Most rods are okay because you're bait fishing. You're kind of just putting it down. You the more expensive rods are very snappy as well, so you're more likely to snap a more expensive bait fishing rod than a cheaper one. So I would say that if you're going to balance it out, a little bit more into the reel if you're bait fishing, but if you're doing lure fishing, 180 degrees the other way. Go the other way. When you're lure fishing, you get to play the fish. Generally, you're fishing light line. You can't fish the maximum capacity of its drag system anyway. Doesn't matter if you're using what I'm using, which is an Exist or a Stella. You could be using a Sienna or Legalis or whatever else, a BG, a Stratic. If you look after your reel and you service it or you keep the drag washers in check, that's going to perform all you need to do. Everyone's heard that a reel is basically just a device to keep your line. That is true, but it's a drag system as well. So it's that drag system that you really need to look out for. But when you're lure fishing, you're going to get sore wrists and you're going to miss bites. You're not going to get that sensitivity and the action through the lure if you're using a really cheap broomsticky rod. So that's where I'd say you definitely got to buy the best rod you can when you're lure fishing, because when you pay that extra bucks, now let's just exclude law of diminishing returns here. We'll talk about that later, but just in terms of where you're going to put your money, I've always put my money into the rods first when it comes to lure fishing. Definitely. Because it just feels better. It's lighter, better on the wrist. I'm always flicking it. I'm carrying it all day. I'm always burning energy off my wrist. See, I keep mentioning the wrist. There's some people that have got issues with their wrists or their elbows or their shoulder, and it's just from repetitive, use. And you can just spend a few extra bucks and protect your body. Ultimately, your body matters more than the piece of gear. You can always replace a rod. You can't replace your shoulder or an injury. If you injure something, you're going to have to sit out for a little while. Or you can do what I do, which is swap your reel from right hand wind to left hand wind. So you guys see my videos. It doesn't matter which video you're watching. I might switch halfway through, or one video I'm fishing this way, another video I'm fishing that way. Whatever reason, that's what I do. It just like that's just something to protect my wrist. But the money that you spend in the rod generally goes into making it lighter and more sensitive, because the money goes into better guides, better inserts. You get more streamlined handles. Also, you get a higher carbon content in the blank and better wrapping, of course. I guess everything improves, but like I'm just listing all the things that would make a difference in your experience and in your results. Higher sensitivity rod means you can feel your lure better. You can feel the bites, which means more fish. So that's how that works in my mind anyway. Now, I'll just quickly address this question because it applies to everyone. You don't have to spend the highest amount of money and buy the best gear out there. You don't have to. But if, say, you're spending $200 on a combo, or let's just say you're spending $100 on a combo, don't spend $80 on a reel and then $20 on a rod if you're fishing for lures. That might make more sense if you're bait fishing. If you're doing lure fishing, $80 on a rod, $20 on a reel. Okay, maybe not like that. Maybe like $30-$40 on a reel and then the rest on a rod, or get a combo. There are definitely a lot of cheap combos out there that you can buy. But definitely look for the carbon-based rods for lure fishing. And if you're going for bait fishing, the composites are fine as well. You can go fiberglass composites. The less carbon content, the more robust and less likely to snap the rod is. But the more likely it's going to be heavier for the line class that it's at. So that's the trade-off between the two things there. If you understand how these things work, then you're going to ultimately keep more bucks in your pocket, and you're going to spend the right money in the right places and get the best performance for the gear and the style of fishing that you do. Yeah, great question. As you guys know, I'm very opinionated when it comes to gear. I do believe that I know quite a bit about gear. That I'll definitely say. Fishing, I don't know. Shroom, I don't know about Shroom knows his fishing, but definitely gear. I'm a gear admirer. I like to understand the gear that I buy. I like to research it. I like to understand what makes what good, and what are its strengths or weaknesses. All right. Okay. Let's keep going down here. Great question, Thomas. Thanks for that. Kid Fisho, I'm a bit late, but I'm here. Ha ha ha. Welcome. Welcome, Kid Fisho. Great to see you here. Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a wonderful experience here in the stream. I saw your dad caught a kingfish earlier. So well done to him. So shout out to him. Great stuff, mate. Love that. I still need to get a king this half of the year, guys. So I'm doing something wrong. Marty says, Shroom, you fished hat head. Hat head. Okay. I don't think so. I can't picture where that is right now. It sounds so familiar. Might come back to me in a few moments. Alvin says, Shroom, have you ever used lure retrievers? To be honest, I've looked up lure retrievers, but I've seen it in action. I think it's a tool that you can use off the boats, but for land-based fishing, I think it might be a bit trickier. So I haven't really considered purchasing one. I've looked into it as a matter of interest to see how it works. But other than that, it seems like a lot of effort. Unless you're using a lot of expensive vibes and hard bodies. If you're just using plastics, then I think that you might just take the risk and try to bust it off. There's that small chance that your lure comes back anyway. All right, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. All right. Bit of fresh water there. Knockfam says we need to invest a Hobie for James was trying to convince me to get a Hobie Outback, telling me why that would be the perfect vessel for me. He even offered to just loan his kayak so that I can just use it anytime I wanted. I just need to get my own roof racks and give him a call and come pick it up. So there's a lot of pressure. But guys, don't worry, I'm still land-based for the moment. It's gonna take a little bit more convincing. Hunter Gorel says, Shroom, have you ever thought about trying freshwater fishing for bass for a video? Hunter, what kind of question is that? I got several videos on freshwater fishing for bass on my channel. You got to look them up. There's even one that I slipped into the water. I tried to make it like a bit of a clickbait, but I did slip in the water, so I did get wet. Luckily, my GoPro and my batteries and my phone and car keys and all that, the electronic device didn't get broken. Yeah, I guess didn't get broken at all. So it was wet. All my gear was wet. So I did fall in. I did fall into some fresh water at some stage. I went on a couple of bass sessions in the past 2 weeks as well. Nepean River and once with James up north. But I only caught a couple of bass. So I don't know if that's enough for a video. But if it does come out, I'll probably combine it with a couple of days trying for some bass. Aiden Hedgie says, have you fished Wharf Road? Yes, I've fished that because that's for local. Yes. I can't remember what I've caught. It's a really good spot, that one. Really good bait spot. I think you know what can be caught there. Aiden. Poseidon says, Shroom, what are some good lures for flathead? All right, so yeah, I've addressed this one, so I'll just quickly mention the answer here. Paddle tail lures, but my go-to would be the Gulp Jerk Shad 5 or 7 inch in the nuclear chicken color. All right, okay, so I've just lost my place. Yeah, guys, keep putting in your comments. Keep putting in your comments. I'm just skipping through the chat. It's just Kid Fisher says, Merry Christmas, guys. Yeah, Merry Christmas all. All right, here we go. Cappy Ray for SPC says, Shroom, can you use a 3.5 inch Z-Mag rubs in Chipping Norton? I use a lot of lures in Chipping Norton. I haven't used the 3.5 inch Z-Mag rubs. It's busy this kind of year, but there's quite a few brim and flathead right now. I've been getting reports from that place at this stage. But beware of the wild fauna there. There's quite a few snakes. So this time of year, be careful. Definitely snakes in places where you wouldn't expect. Just in really obvious places that people would walk. Fong says fisherman by trade. That's correct. Raymond says, can you do more videos on bait fishing for Jews and Kings? Yes, definitely. Been trying to hook up some sessions to make a really good video on Juice with AK Mike's fishing, but his life, the times that he's available conflicts with my time. So, but we'll definitely do something. I'll get down to the bottom of it. With or without him, there'll definitely be some bait fishing videos coming up. But definitely, if you guys like my fishing, my lure fishing videos, you know that that's always there on the channel. Definitely more of that as per usual, which is the regular programming here. I had something at the top of my mind. I just totally forgot what I was about to say. Kid Fisho says, for some reason, I reckon he is a baker. Fong says, can't be a baker. He fishes at night. LOL. Shroom, can you make a fishing video in Kirribilli or Gunnamatta Bay? One of those two places, there'll be a video at some stage. Kid Fisher, he would have shifts, though I don't know. All right, so I'm losing track, you guys. Apologies about that. Let's keep going down. Let me just scan the question. Andrew Dean, when are you going to the entrance next? Good fishing there at the moment. Oh yes, so I've been told. That I think that's is that the second or third comment this stream alone to get up to the entrance. You know, I'll look into that. You know, I'll look into that. If it's going off, throw my name in the hat. Throw my name in the hat, Andrew. Nick, whoa, just lost that place. Yeah, Nick one says, let's have a flick around Glazeville sometime. Peters, I reckon he does something. Okay, let's keep going down. There's a lot of discussion. Jacob Francis, you should check out Chiswick Wharf sometime. I've actually fished it this time this year, but actually I wouldn't say but, and I do have a bit of it featuring in one of the videos. So you just got to dig through my content. It's there somewhere. If you want me to do another one there, I'll definitely consider it. But definitely there's a video that I put up there this year. Artak says Shroom, a good fisherman. How often out of say 10 fishing sessions should catch at least one good fish? 9 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 or less, over 40 centimeters, edible, pelagic or big brim or whiting. Well, I don't know. I'm not that good a fisherman. I gotta put a disclaimer. Shroom, not that good a fisherman out here. I'm an expert at having fun. I'm an expert at talking, as you guys can see. I'm a motor mouth. But I don't know. I think 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, there's definitely guys in the chat that could do that. Definitely. I think you have to be a master of your craft and do one or two styles of fishing, and you'll come up trumps with those kinds of numbers. Now, if you do a lot of variety like I do, then yeah, okay, you're probably not going to. You're probably for the viewer's sake and to make content. I don't for example, if I make a video in one spot, I know that I don't want to hit that spot again and again and again and make the same video 10 videos in a row, right? So that limits what I can really do and my results. I got to get on my foot, get on my feet, go out exploring, find some areas, find some spots that I know, and just see what works and just learn. And yeah, that's how I go about it. But I'd say that I wouldn't even hit those numbers a half out of 10. All right, let's keep going down, guys. If you're enjoying the show, hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys are enjoying all the new features in my videos. I almost didn't get this recent video out because I had a problem with the rendering, and I was I'll refrain from using any derogatory words, but I was I was really stressed, extremely stressed that upload time was coming up and something's gone wrong with my uploading. And every time I was rendering, something was going wrong with the rendering. And every time I rendered, I wouldn't know about it until 30 minutes later when the final product was spat out by the program. And that was just unnecessary stress. All right, here we go. Dylan says, go off the rocks for some bonnies. Dylan, you know what? If there are bonnies going off off the rocks, I'll definitely give that a try at some stage. I know this seems strange. I have not caught a bonnie in my life. I would have caught, triple digits in kings in the hundreds. Not one single bonito have I caught. Not one. So what do you call that? Interesting fact or something? I've not caught a single bonito, or maybe not even a mac tuna. I'm not even sure. Any of that style of fish. I don't think I've ever personally caught one. It's either been someone's caught it or someone's rigged up the rod and they've caught it. I might have wound in a few, but like actually personally catching one, I don't think so. So yeah, that's an interesting shroom fact right there. I might bring it up at some stage. Okay, let's keep going down here. Let's see. So Cappy Ray says, thanks. Yeah, not a problem. Anytime you got questions, just throw it in the chat. And guys, if I miss your question at any stage, just throw it back into the chat. More than happy to more than happy to just go back over it. All right. Artax says a good. Okay, so I've just read that. See, so that's. I really should read should check out these comments first before I read them, huh? Okay, here we go. Here's a good comment. Artax says thanks. So I guess the key is finding your spot style methods and sticking by them, and hopefully those 2 to 3 out of 10 nights you get nothing. There is that 1 out of 10 with a few good fish. Yeah, I'd say so. Now, obviously, more seriously, if I'm going 1 out of 10 sessions without catching a good fish, it's probably extremely slow. I mean, I can't get a video a week if I was on that kind of a streak. I can't keep going golden duck after golden duck. I have to hit, the odd half century, raise the bat, or a couple of centuries, big centuries once in a while. You know how it is. Can't get caught in the block hole too many times. If anyone watches cricket, I love my cricket. I got to get watching. But yeah. So, but I can tell you for most people, don't concentrate on the results. Just go out there, have fun. You're always going to learn something. Just because you think the conditions are bad or you haven't caught anything in the 3-4 hours or 5 or 6 7 hours you've been there, it doesn't mean the next minute you're not going to get a big run. When you catch big fish, your chances of catching a big fish are going to be low, but when it does happen, it's big, right? So that's just how it is. The higher up the food chain that you're chasing, the less likely you're going to get that run. But when you do, it's a quality fish. Obviously, if you're chasing like small fish, like, I don't know, even something like yakkers or whatever, bait fish, you can get plenty of them. You can get cricket scores of them. But if you start chasing like kingfish, which is basically one of the ultimate prizes in the estuary, and also jewfish. Now, there are obviously fish that are more sought after, but like they're the two main ones. Don't expect to catch one every single time or even every second time either, especially when it comes to jewfish. You could put in 100 sessions and not get one, and then your next 10, one of those you're going to crack like the 20 keg or plus. That's just how it is. You just got to put the time in. Enjoy the experience. You're always going to improve. Every time you don't catch something is a learning experience. Tones, Lihi says, how do you catch school kingies in the Georgia River? That I don't know. But from what I've seen in the past year, they're all around the edges. And you can throw squid baits. They'll take it. You can throw lures. When they swim by, they'll take it. They're pushing all the way up through to Picnic Point. And people have reported them, at many places in between those two areas. So that's like half the river. So everyone can reach those areas in the Georges if you're after a kingy. Now, I still recommend staying east of, say, Tom Ugly's Bridge and probably even Tarrant Point, or starting at Tarrant Point. There's plenty of kings that were caught in the past couple of weeks at Tarrant Point and just along that eastern shoreline, where all the groins are, and down near Dole's Point. There's plenty of photos on social media, people catching kings in that area right now. So they're definitely in the Georges. They're definitely in the Bay. If you want to be consistent, unless you're living extremely far out west, I'd head down like to Tarrant Point and east, and spend my efforts down there. Especially if you definitely want to target kingfish. Now, if you just want to have a chance of a king, yeah, just go to Picnic Point. You never know. You might run into them. People have run into them there. Oh yeah, and if you do run into them, make sure you get a video. Record those schools. All right. Indo Fishing Sydney, Indo Sydney Fishing. Shroom, please do lure fishing with heavier lures such as a 20-gram chasing king and salmon. The last one that I caught on a big metal was in the hacking, just fishing off Bait Bay with Terry, just spinning it. We thought there were salmon. What was it? Terry hooked up first. Terry hooked up to a nice salmon. Then I had a cast right after him, and I hooked up to what I thought was a salmon, but it turned out to be a kingfish. So that day, great morning. I'd love to relive that. I'd love to go and do that again. That was great. That was I think last time I threw a massive, like a big metal out for them. No action in the lure. You just got to spin it as fast as you can. They'll chase it down early morning. They're not picky. They want to feed. They're waking up for breakfast, as one of the commenters on Instagram said. JPYT Fishing. Hey Shroom, any tips on my YouTube on this account, please? I need help. I'll check it out some stage. I'll get back to you. Fong P says same. Got a 5.2 coast runner Quinny, but only days off are Sundays and always happen to be too windy. You know those memes, guys. Flat Monday to Friday. I think it's a picture of Botany Bay when they have that meme. It's flat Monday to Friday, and then come Saturday, Sunday, you see part 2 of the meme, and it's like waves and swells 2 to 3 meters. Always happens, and wind as well, of course. Wind wind is wind is incredible. I mean, it's always windier in the summer though. That's the thing. It's always windier, but just got to deal with it. If you go out early morning, chances are the wind is not too strong. If you go out later in the day, yeah, then you're gonna have to put up with it and kind of fish around it. Like unless it's blowing 40 k's and up or 30 k's and up, I'm not. I'm still going. I'm still heading out there. You know, you got to take every chance you get to wet a line. Hook and cook. Shroom, have you fished Milson's Passage in Hawkesbury River? No, that one doesn't ring a bell. I gotta look that up later. If so, what technique do you use for? Yeah, I haven't fished that unfortunately. Yeah, sorry about that. Hook and cook. JPYT Fishing. We should do something like fishing around Gladesville. Also, I have, and I have also just started making a YouTube. Yeah, definitely put up some content. I'll check it out some stage. All right, what's this one? Okay. Let's just show that one. So that's Aaron's comment. You should come kayak fishing, meet down Swallow Rock. Knock fam, that's a nice big boat. I only have a okay, so that must be some other talk there. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm on Insta, I'm on all the other social medias. Hope you're enjoying the show. Merry Christmas, of course, and let's get back into the stream. Hey brother, how are you, man? Says Melenko. Love the content. Thanks, mate. I don't know if you've spoken about it, but the best gear for king is I mean, this one's like almost like an open-ended question. It depends how you chase them. If you're gonna target them, you almost can't go too heavy, especially if you're off a boat. You want to catch that big one. You want to catch that meter plus. You got to be ready for that one. Yeah, drop some more information in the comment section. This definitely open-ended question here, but just in case I don't get back to it, you really can't go too heavy for kings, especially if you're live bait fishing. If you're fishing off land and you're using lures, yeah, you probably got to step it down a little bit. And if you chase it like the way I do, which is kind of hope for on the light gear, then that's that's a whole different story. You got to kind of get on your knees and pray sometimes. Fong's P says I've never. Okay, so all right, let's keep going down. Ben Aspen, hey man, I've got a question. There is a rat king at my local fishing spot. Every time I go, oh, it does have a name. I want to meet it. I have tried everything, even live squid, but the little snappers get to it before I do. What do I do? Obvious question. Have you tried a lure? If you're saying that they get to your live squid first, have you tried a lure? Second of all, if you're going to persist with live squid, put it up higher. Third, I'm assuming you're fishing not early hour mornings, because if you're fishing like around first light and a couple of hours into the morning, the pinky snapper aren't quite on the bite yet. Not to say that they couldn't be, but generally in my experiences, you're going to lose your live squid to tailor. Yeah, you're definitely going to lose your live squid to tailor or a massive brim or something like a salmon.
long before the pinkies get to them. If you're fishing like in more gentleman hours, that might explain it. Put the squid a little higher up in the water column. Just keep it off the bottom. The lower you keep it on the bottom, the more likely you're gonna run into unwanted bycatch. All right. Do we have something here? Let me just deal with this one so far. Okay. Unfortunately, let's just get rid of that one. Okay. All right, guys, let's keep going. Como Bridge have some on run out. Okay, so I don't know what that is. Okay, sounds like some kings, possibly. Okay, let's keep going down. Let's keep going down. Kid Fisho says he's trolling. Yeah, that's right. So don't worry, we got gotten rid of him now. You know what? Let's just how do I do this? Can I? All right, there we go. All right, let's keep going down. Daniel the Knight says, "Hello, Shroom. One quick question. What's your biggest fish you caught?" Yeah, so I answered that question earlier. I think it's a different one that I'm reading here because all the spam here. 95 centimeter, biggest like thing in the ocean. Hammerhead, about 200 kilogram. Biggest like fish equal with 95 centimeter queenfish up north in Weipa land base, and on lure down in Sydney, 95 centimeter mulloway on soft plastic years ago, unfortunately. I like to break that. Hunter Goral and are pretty strong if you do it right. Okay. Nox says realistically Shroom does have this. Well, I don't know, guys. That one's up for debate. He catches more fish than me in a single video than me in a week. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll hire someone to hook some fish onto my line and then I just haul them in. And Ben Aspen says, "Yep." Okay, I was just dreaming there. Thomas Shin, good to hear that you love your gear. I love the high carbon content rods as well. Okay, so there's a few of us that like the refinement of our rods. Very good. What braids do you highly rate? There are plenty of good braids out there. So you're liking the Sunline Siglon? Yeah, nothing wrong with that for the light gear. Quite cheap, affordable. Varivas SMP. I haven't tried the SMP. I can't remember which of the Varivas braids that I've tried. Yeah, so yeah, Varivas definitely makes some of the higher PE braids. Look, there's plenty. I think most braids, it comes down to how much are you willing to spend. What are the characteristics that you like? If a braid is really smooth, then you need to tie good knots because it can slip. If it's really thin, then it's got barely any abrasion resistance. If it's rough, it ties extremely strong knots, but you're going to lose cast distance. And you throw that around with like color and what else? Yeah, color basically multicolor braids. You want to pay more for that. 4 weave, 8 weave. 8 weave is more round. You definitely pay a premium price for 8 weave braids, but 4 weave pretty good. 4 weave is pretty good. It's your standard nice braid, and the really cheap braid. So long as it's reliable, that's okay too. For the price point, your combo might not be that expensive, so it doesn't make sense if you've got a $50 reel like a Shimano Sienna, and you put $80, I don't know, Sunline Monster Battle, something like that. Like, why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. You go the other way, go the other way around. All right, let's keep going down. Guys, you guys got so many questions tonight. This stream's going longer than I expected. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the show. Oh, wow. I'm just gonna keep going for a little while longer yet. Belenko says, because I don't do boats yet, I'm so just doing land-based fishing, but I prefer live bait. I've been looking at all these reels, rods that people like use, like 8,000 and plus reels. Okay, now it sounds like you just want to get started. Go about a 5,000 to a 6,000 size reel if you just want to have a regular kingfish setup and catch your rats and catch your big fish when you get a chance. A 4,000, even a 4,000 could handle it, but you're probably going to be panicking when it's going on that crazy first run. So you probably want like a 5,000 or a 6,000. Get something that order. Now, if you want to go 8,000 and higher, yeah, you could easily do that. Um, but it sounds like you probably just want a regular heavy setup that you could probably do kings. And if you wanted to switch up for Jews, you could do that too. If you wanted to like bring it on the boat, use it as like a medium heavyish setup, you could do that as well. Something that's going to serve a few purposes, then a specialized, okay, this one here is 80 pound plus, and nothing but a meter kingfish is going to strip a centimeter of line. Like, it doesn't sound like that's something that you want. There's a lot of people that go overkill with their gear. Not that it's wrong, but it just that's just what they want to catch, and that's what they strive to do. That's what the gear that they purchased is designed for. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, but the people use 4,000 unsure on the rod lengths and type. If you're fishing around wharves, then 7 foot is a good length. You can fish around at your feet when it's diving, below and trying to run you under. You can angle the rod. So basically, the shorter the rod, the more likely you are going to be able to get angles. And the longer the rod, I know some people think there's leverage, but I find a lot of these longer rods, you have leverage, but it's not strength in the leverage. It's just a bend. It's just bringing the line out. You probably just want to go as hard as you can if it comes in anyway. So short rod, just pump it in. Long rods, if you're fishing off the beach, go for that length. If you're fishing off the rocks, go for that length. If you're on a boat, look, you don't want a super long rod when you're on a boat anyway. So 7 foot and under is good on a boat. Tide is neat. I've noticed you alternate winding with your left hand or your right hand. That's 100%. Is there a reason for this? I'm right-handed and have always wound with my right. Look, I always fish both ways. I used to fish right-hand wind for bait fishing and lure fishing left-hand wind. Now I do both. So when I was chasing Jews, I wasn't striking hard. I don't know. I felt like my action was lacking a little bit in the way I was using my right hand to keep the line taut. So my friend suggested that I try left hand, and it kind of like forced me to basically fish left-handed. And at the start, it was a struggle. I didn't have strength in my left, couldn't strike hard enough to nail any thick gauge jig head, like a 3/0, 4/0, 5/0 into, like a sizable legal jewfish. It's just like their mouths are so hard that if you got no strength in your strike, you're hoping that the jig head is embedded inside its flesh in its mouth somewhere, because you're not pinning it by yourself. So I mean, I was having any success early, but over time it just got stronger and stronger. And now I actually prefer striking hard with my left, and I don't feel like I lose out on stamina fishing either way. So, like earlier, I mentioned that I want to do some shark fishing, right? So, doesn't matter which way the handle is, I'm just going to get in there, squat down, and I'm just going to pump. So, because I'm just used to fishing both ways. So, it wasn't always like that. I kind of like had specific styles of fishing devoted towards which way I was winding. I was just naturally more in tune with bait fishing with a right hand wind, with my left hand forefinger, just like clipping onto a bit of that slack in the line to feel for nibbles. That's just the way I did it. And with my right hand, I was like way more this what is it, particular in the little lifts and taps and twitches of the lure. So definitely that's one reason why I guess a lot of times I would be using left hand wind in my brim fishing gear, but you'd see I switch it around, so not a problem there. But yeah, that's some of the things that's some of the reasons why I did use both styles of winding. And it also comes back to the fact that at some stage, if I get a sore wrist or a dodgy elbow and there's something, or a bad shoulder, I'll just fish the other way for a while. It wouldn't bother me. I don't feel like I'm really losing out. I'm just so used to fishing both ways that I consider it an asset at this stage. So yeah, guys, give it a go. It's not bad. Next one, Malenko, but the people use for. Okay, so I think I've just read that one. Yeah, let's keep going down. Pass and spam. Okay, all right, guys. If you got any last questions, let's put it into the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Shroom. What else? Hit the like button. You can find me on my social medias: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm always on that. And let's get this final stretch going. Make sure you get your last questions in. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Merry Christmas, of course. Malenko says, I'm in the Central Coast for now and brought brought some beach gear and light gear. Have you ever fished near the entrance and any good spots to fish there? Yeah, I wouldn't say I really know the entrance. I fished it a few times. I think I went up for like flathead fishing during the day and EP fishing at night at some stage. Artax says, I asked because had a day where two flatties in 45 minutes, then 4 or 5 days, nothing. Then yesterday, 6 yakkers and a jewie that I lost in 3 minutes within 4 hours of fishing. I keep a diary. Look, it sounds like you're getting some good results there. Um, look, you've got a jewie. I mean, a lot of, well, sorry, you didn't get a jewie, but you got a hookup that you are certain was a jewie. I'd keep trying. It's just how it is. Just how it is. It sounds like you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well, Artax. So yeah, keep it up. Keep up the good work. Aaron's Adventures says, I caught an 86 centimeter kingfish on a gulp, 3-inch motor oil grub on a 117 jig head. Oh, that's an unusual size. But yeah, look, like they say, you can catch small fish on a small hook and a big fish on a small hook if you play it right. Look, I haven't hooked a fish that big on a small jig head. So yeah, well done, Aaron. That is fantastic. 86 centimeter. That's I don't know how you landed that one. That's unbelievable. Good job. You must be over the moon. Hunter Goral says, Shroom, it says you will hit 5K. So, well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm happy with what I've got now, guys. Thanks, Hunter. Thank you. Appreciate the support. All right. Let's do one more question here. Malenko's got the last question. Are whiting good live bait fish off the beach? Okay, first of all, make sure that they're legal size. I think they're 27 centimeters for the whiting we get in Sydney. I think it's a different size for different types of whiting. Don't quote me on that. Make sure you go on the DPI website and go check it out. But I'm pretty sure there's like grass whiting, etc., etc., and some of them don't even have size limits. You can definitely use whiting as a live bait. I can already tell you that a lot of people like using whiting for mulloway. And if you want to catch a mulloway off the beach, go a live whiting. Nothing wrong with that. All right, guys, I'm on my way out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm Shroom. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out as well. If you want to continue the conversation throughout the week, drop a comment or anywhere along with any of my videos for suggestions or anything you want to ask me on YouTube. I'm always here. If Instagram or Facebook or TikTok is your thing, find me there. You'll find all the details just clicking on the channel page. And before I head out, Merry Christmas, guys. I don't know if I'll see you before the new year, but if this is the last stream, hope you guys enjoyed 2020. What was on offer from at least from the channel Shroom here from myself. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for all your support as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.